right. Well, this next young lady I'm bringing to the mic, you know what I love about her pieces is I always learn something. Like she be teaching through her pieces, she be showing some love, she gives all the feeling, and like she has this like this flow that she does that like kind of just she flows inside your soul. Like she'll like it's there for a minute, and next thing you know, it's like becomes a part of you. I really love the way she puts them words together. So Amanda DZ.
I'm so happy to be here. Thank you guys so much for inviting poets.
We are excited that you were able to make it.
Yes.
Well, me too. I'm gonna read one that came out of me about 3 years ago, and I've reworked it a little bit. And my poetry does not usually rhyme, but this one's got a rhyme to it.
Okay.
And I wrote it for all my ladies, but it honestly applies to anybody who's ever been told you gotta conform.
Wow. Okay.
This is called No Sharp Edges Allowed. That's right, girl. Let us sand you down smooth so you go down with ease. We always prefer a woman who lives on her knees. Sand you down smooth, slough off all the rough edges, those tough animal urges. We'll need you to repress them. Conform to our standards, be the good girl, so we can show you off like property, a purchased pretty pearl. Be easy, please, easy for everyone else, easy to stomach and to stack on the shelf. We like you predictable. Don't you dare step out of line. Don't take up too much space. It's unsettling when you shine. No, we like you small and simple. Don't be too much of your own. Your body needs to be unthreatening. You'd better sweeten that tone. No sharp edges, no piercing questions, no razor blade wit, no needles of knowing humming straight through to split our carefully constructed costumes to the wolf underneath. We won't have you leaving holes behind ripped out by your teeth. Sand you down smooth, we'll grind off any edges that could cut into our expectations, status quo, certainty, hierarchy, self-satisfaction, power over authority, superiority, comfort, incompetence. If your self-worth bothers us, we'll just call you a slut. That's right, girl. Let us sand you down smooth so you go down with ease. We always prefer a woman who lives on her knees. Sand you down slick from your head to your feet. Keep your hair straight. Cancel out the gray. Be sure that it's neat. No frizz allowed. Certainly nothing that doesn't remind us of a doll. Keep your knees together and wear the high heels. We don't care if you fall. Keep your body hair shaved. We prefer you more juvenile. God forbid you look grown. We prefer you remind us of a child. Wow. You don't like objectification? Don't you know boys will be boys, and you'll get what you ask for, so please stop making noise. Tame your fur, tiger. Keep your mouth shut tight. File down those fangs and straighten out your stripes. Make it easy, honey, for us to swallow you whole. We'll reduce you to a concept. We have no need of your soul. Sand you down smooth. Iron out all ambition. Your job is just to soothe our conscience, meet our conditions, because who can stand a woman who thinks for herself, who doesn't know her place, doesn't stay on the shelf? That's right, girl. Let us sand you down smooth so you go down with ease. We'll reward a woman who lives on her knees. Yes, we'll sand you down smooth like silk with no snap. Keep a smile on your face. Keep ignoring that wage gap. In fact, you don't see us over here severing your options and locking the doors. It's time you went home, got busy scrubbing the floors. Damn it, girl, don't you know you're not allowed to be awake? Stay asleep. Insomniacs are witches, and we burn them at the stake. That's right, girl. Let us sand you down smooth so you go down with ease. We prefer a woman who lives on her knees. We'll wear you right down to get rid of all splinters. We'll conquer you in your spring and discard you in your winter. You need to be quiet. You're problematic. You're too loud. Did you get that memo yet, baby? No sharp edges allowed.
Oh, yes, God. Oh, yes.
Soul loop.
Sand me down.
Drop the
So
bomb on
loose.
Boy.
Yes, sir.
Mm.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that was
How you
hot.
gonna start it?
Hey.
I got a couple more. I've got a longer one that I'm gonna read next, and I like to play with my titles. I like to make them really, really long. So here's one of those. I did a deep dive on a kind of bird that's been signaling to me for 2 years straight, and I am obsessed. And now you all have to hear about it and what I think it means in regards to our personal philosophies. A hummingbird zips across my line of vision, darting more quickly than my eyes can capture. It's the ruby-throated kind, all zing and shimmer. I've read about these rapid creatures. On the Pisces-coded websites I occasionally haunt, they're called messengers of hope, and even symbols for unending happiness. I watch the tiny, buzzy thing hover, wingtips ablur in the moonlight. This unfazed hummer rides the atmospheric waves like it was born, treading the air, as it siphons nectar from the blossom with its lance-like beak. I pulled the King of Swords this morning. Swords is the suit of air and of the psyche, and its monarch is all rationality, stoic discernment, mental agility. Their blade has the power to sever ties that no longer serve, to cut free from perspectives that enmesh but do not enlarge the precious territory of the mind. I wonder over the brain, my brain, against a soundtrack of wing beats as the bird feeds. Unlike a hummingbird, sometimes I drink the poison, returning to hover over the same toxic thought pattern again and again, not because I am stupid, but because I am hungry. And I have not found the sources of nourishment that both satisfy my cravings and energize me for flight. I chalk this up to the fact that a hummingbird's brain is twice the size of my own in proportion to its body size. However, like a hummingbird, who has a complex mapping system within its ginormous cerebrum, I do remember every flower where I felt fed. As I watch the ruby throat dodges backward, it's the only bird able to fly in reverse. But it has mammalian company because I too beat my own mental wings rearward. The past is a place that can send my future into a state of torpor, a mild hibernation which my bird buddy enters into each night to rest and restore. I tend more to trap myself in a tunnel system of regret. Sometimes I even nullify tomorrow before it arrives. You tell me who's the bird brain. I squint into the sunshine as my tiny professor hums forward and backward again, tilting upwards a few feet at the same time. The angles from which he is considering lunch keep changing. Perspective, I suppose, is everything. Since we're covering science and philosophy and now math, apparently, I might as well add language arts to the mix. The word perspective comes from older words that all iron out to mean possibility. My possibilities are dependent on what I am willing to see, when I choose a different angle to see it from. Perception is what we've been working towards the whole time, you see. Viewpoint and vision, seeing and sensing, seizing upon understanding in the hopes of a better everything. There are those who will tell us reality is rigid, a metal box you're meant to clock the edges of and keep within. After all, the wings of a bird go up and down, up and down. But do they? The hummingbird species has evolved a unique shoulder joint, a ball and socket that can twist for 180 degrees. They can change direction anytime they please. They can steady themselves in the airstream. They can fly upside down if they want to. And their wings don't go up and down. Their wings flick like a wrist and generate lift on both the upstroke and the downstroke. Their wings beat in a hyperspeed figure 8. Their wings flow in the shape of infinity. The wind and the storm and the heat aren't gonna stop. But neither are you, baby. Neither are you, not because it's easy, but because it's what you're built for. You've got a jewel in your throat that is dying to let it out. You've got the ability to go backwards in time and say then does not define now, does not define next. You've got a mind like a hummingbird's wings, strong and flexible and free. And you know how to find the nourishment that's gonna set you free to soar. One last thing about birds, they co-evolve. Their feeding patterns influence the evolution of the environment around them. And they in turn respond to how the plants are growing. The community is evolving. And the brave winged things are doing part of the calling just to erase all doubt, friend. You are a hummingbird. So I got time for one more?
Yes.
Okay, I
Yes.
got one more.
Yes.
One more. All right. This is kind of funny. It's an after of an after poem. So a lot of times teachers will introduce a poem to their students and then kind of use it as a template to guide them through writing a poem. And the Kentucky Poet Laureate in the 2010s, George Ella Lyon, wrote a poem called Where I'm From. And a lot of students have written beautiful poems, and they call it Where I'm From. Then I've written a Where I'm From poem, but then I did an after of an after, and I wrote Where I'm Going.
Okay.
So this is where I'm going. I am going towards candle flicker, towards warm wax and matchsticks. I'm going towards Lego scattered all over the floor, abundant, irreverent, speaking to me about possibility. I am going towards the light coming through every crack, the beams stretching across floor and forest towards the everyday rending of the veil. I am going towards the helpers and the healing, towards sister, outsider. I am going towards the weapons and the yarders, and the cycle ends with meteors, toward root down and rise up. I am going towards the smoke, the burning hope for the building of a new way of being. I am going towards together, towards the lovers, the ones who keep breaking their hearts open to make room for the sharp edges of the world. I am going towards death, from within the darkness towards the engraved invitation to rebirth. Under this sky are the holy heretics who still believe in love that liberates, who have graffitied the dream across our billboards of consciousness. I am going towards their horizon, spray painting my sidewalk with hope along the way. And I want to know, are you coming with me?